I wasn't able to go on last night, had a really bad headache. But I am going on, and I'll put some timestamps in. We're not doing personal questions. I'm just doing general weekly all signs vibe. There's a lot of really awesome astrology going on this week. This could be a really big turning point. And in fact, I feel like with the astrology, this is all about releasing this week what doesn't serve us as we come out of Scorpio season and enter Sagittarius season, and then realigning and maybe even just kind of redirection. It could be anything like that, but it's almost like the great awakening, like maybe there is that opening as well with that great awakening. So I'm going to talk just for a minute about the astrology this week for those that are interested, and then we'll move on and we'll go Scorpio to Libra with these. Okay. So today is the 17th. We're looking at November 17th through the 23rd. Hey, Tammy. And on the 18th at 9:20 p.m. Central Time, Mercury retrograde moves back into Scorpio out of Sagittarius. Now, this is about digging deeper. It kind of gives us a little burst of passion. Again, this could be where you're like, hey, I really need to take a leap. I need to do this. There could be that aha moment that like maybe I've been doing this whole situation the wrong way. And that's tomorrow night. So the week probably starts off a little bit slow, but we move in, depending on where you're at in the world, the 19th through the 20th, November 19th through the 20th, because that new moon in Scorpio comes in at 12:47 a.m. on November 20th. So definitely you go back, that's late in the day on the 19th if you're on the West Coast of the United States. So this is an especially potent new moon. I've looked it up, I do my research, and this can really be a big turning point for, if you're sitting there and you're aligned with the energy, or I feel like this just could be a really big opening for everyone that needs it. Good morning, Jennifer. And so it's tightly conjunct with the Mercury retrograde. And so it kind of coincides with that new Mercury cycle, and Mercury's all about communication. And so I definitely think that it's likely to deliver an important message or insight. It's a highly auspicious, highly positive new moon. And it's part of this grand water trine that's going on. And so when I go back in, I've talked about these water trines. There's an all signs if you're looking for that and vibing with that energy, especially for those of you with significant water placements in your chart. It's a Sun, Jupiter, and Saturn alignment at 25 degrees. The energy probably started yesterday a little bit. It's a little bit different. Astrologers have different ideas about what's going on with it. But I would say probably about the 16th through the 21st, maybe even into the 22nd. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter and brings in a little good fortune there. But it's all about with this grand water trine this week, kind of redirection, and the path becomes clearer. You start feeling more purpose. Maybe you start feeling like things are moving forward as well. I did think that with this new moon in Scorpio and this second grand water trine alignment that was going on here in November, that it's like you're kind of starting to see the pieces of the puzzle and how they can form and best work for you in your life and how you can make those pieces fit. You may have already had that puzzle figured out and you're like, wait, things aren't coming together. I think that definitely something could be coming together in a very good way. Let's see, what do I have? I made some little notes here, so I wouldn't linger too long on this for those of you that aren't interested in the astrology. But on the 23rd, it's a good day for action. The sun's in Sagittarius, and it's sextile Pluto and Aquarius. And Pluto's all about big transformation. Sagittarius energy loves big transformation. So look for that a little bit later this week. On the 20th, and early in the morning, all these times are Central Time, you can focus, but you'll feel the energy throughout the day. But 8:33 a.m. Central Time, Uranus and Taurus is sextile Neptune and Pisces. It awakens compassion, your imagination and vision, and it kind of brings more optimism and maybe even bringing situations or yourself out of a rut. Love that. On the 21st in the evening, about 6 p.m. Central Time, Ceres moves into Capricorn. It goes direct. It's been retrograde, and so it's almost like a real energy of taking back control and making things work. Capricorn with that earth energy is good. I definitely, that's what I put. Taking back control of yourself and your life was the note I had on there. And then again on the 21st, shortly after that, maybe about an hour and a half, the sun enters Sagittarius. Woo woo, we're so glad sun's entering Sagittarius, coming out of the deep kind of almost energy of Scorpio season. Scorpio season is definitely a very intense energy. It's a very intense energy. And there are so many planets in water signs that November's kind of really been an intense month so far. Hopefully that Sagittarius energy, along with some other alignments later in November, will kind of lighten that energy. And it's a great time for a new beginning, and it's part of the astrological realignment this week. All right. So that's all I got to say about the astrology. I always like to throw a few things in what I consider layman terms. So thank you all for being here. Hope everyone has a great week and kind of grabs onto some of this new energy. I do think with this particular water trine that's going on this week, it's setting us up for like a big gift or a big win with that water trine that comes in at the end of the month. All right. November, all is not lost in November. So let's start off with Scorpio. Again, you can watch your sun, moon, rising. These are general messages. Some of it may be the energy surrounding you. All right. So let's see what we have for Scorpio. What do we have here? Launching your journey. So that's definitely about a new beginning. I am an intrepid traveler sailing forth into the universe. And this could very much be, Scorpio, that this could be a redirection, or it could be something really getting off the ground and really kind of gaining some momentum, Scorpio. I like that energy. This could be something you've been waiting to start, or you've been waiting to hear about. Something's moving forward. It could be I feel like it's something that you've already been working on, Scorpio, but it's almost like, okay, you're getting that jump start or getting that doorway or window open. Something's opening up, is what I'm feeling like. All right, what do we have here? Let's just throw a Celtic cross. A little modified Celtic cross real quick. Bottom of the deck, we got the Five of Cups. This could be a little bit of a realignment, or things could maybe go into a direction that you weren't really planning on or you weren't hoping for, but it's about really taking the opening this week, Scorpio, and using the energy you're being given. Five of Cups is all about looking at what you have before you. Again, things may not be working. Could be that things aren't going exactly like you planned. Of course, we're still in Mercury retrograde, and it does re-enter Scorpio this week. And we've got the stars crossed by the death, but this is the opening. Something about it probably feels a little bit off kilter. Okay, but we got the Judgment in your environment. So I think you're working with the energy, but the Five of Cups isn't horrible energy, Scorpio, but it is a little bit of disappointment. And it's about, again, realignment, realigning yourself with what's being given to you. Again, we always have big dreams, and that's the first card out, is the Star. We always have big hopes and dreams and wishes and for how things are going to go. You know, I feel like this could be something where you're almost wanting immediate results, but things are actually moving of course, the Death card is Scorpio energy, but I feel like that you're almost wanting immediate results. That's not how this journey is going to go. But I think that if you kind of take that first step and take this opening, you are going to, a little bit difficult. Three of Swords, I'll clarify that. Three of Swords can definitely be a very tough decision, or again, the more you work with the energy being given with you, the more results you're going to see. Three of Swords on the World. This is about, there could be some energy this week for you, Scorpio, that you're kind of wishing the past had been different. Kind of a little bit of a shoulda, coulda, woulda energy. I don't see the Nine of Swords here. I do. That's your outcome. Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. I wish things had been done. I wish I'd taken a different opportunity. No, this week is about working with the energy you're being given. The Hermit's in the past, and we got the Page of Pentacles. So don't wait for the perfect opportunity to start something. And this can be anything in your life, whether it's health, wealth, love, career, whatever you're dealing with. But the Page of Pentacles on the Hermit, you're kind of waiting for that perfect opportunity, which is a little bit in alignment with the star energy that's coming up. Okay. The star is great. It's a big wish fulfillment, but I feel like things are starting not with a bang, but a little bit of a whisper. A little bit of a whisper. Two of Wands is the foundation. Things are moving forward. So I feel like this is almost, there's opportunities for you to move in and it, again, it's not exactly the perfect opportunity, but it's the opportunity you're being given. Nine of Swords is clarified by the King of Wands, Scorpio. I like this. King of Wands represents very confident energy. And on the bottom, we've got the Six of Wands. So I think this is the right opportunity. Some of you may be kind of questioning, like, is this the right opportunity? Is this the right opportunity? This isn't how I imagined it. Get away from the picture in your head this week and use the energy that is putting forth. I think it's all definitely about with this launching your journey and a lot of this other energy, Scorpio. It's very much about using what's being given to you and not worrying about what happened in the past. Again, you can use it to your advantage, but you don't want to get into wishful thinking about the past. And it's all about taking action this week as well. You don't want to put off. I think you've been waiting long enough. The perfect opportunity rarely comes in life, and it's not coming for you this week either. But there is a very good opportunity that I think is going to work out a lot better than you think. Six of Wands is a hard-won victory. This isn't going to be easy. It's not going to be immediate gratification, but it's a good week to start. And I think that you will, in time, see that this was the perfect opportunity for you, Scorpio. I think you'll see in time it was the perfect opportunity for you. All right, so let's move on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Again, we're going their general messages. We're going Scorpio to Libra. I'll put timestamps in after the live. I woke up early this morning and just decided, let's get on with this. I had a really bad headache yesterday, so I couldn't get on last night. So let's just start this week with something to help us grow on, right? All right. So there is some beauty coming in. I think there's some beauty coming in for you, Sagittarius. What is this? Revealing radiance. I actually feel like there's some good news coming in for you. My light illuminates the world, and we got simplifying your life. So there could be a lot, Sagittarius, as you're moving in, that you are just kind of getting rid of the old, simplifying your life, taking out. Maybe things have been made or you feel like things have been really hard, but there could be some energy where you find out, Sagittarius, you've kind of been making it a little bit harder on yourself. Or there's something that's really not, that you're getting rid of, that's not going with you as you journey forward. This is kind of a nice energy, even though definitely stay focused on being positive. My light illuminates the world. I think some of you are going to really find out that you make a bigger impact than what you thought. And I almost feel like that many of you are going to find that you're getting some really great compliments this week. So it's really empowering you with these compliments. People are going to be like, oh my gosh, what would I do without you? I'm hearing that, or man, just compliments from strangers. I think you're going to find that you're just receiving, even if it's something small, like, oh, you look great in that shade of pink, or something, or thanks for helping me get that off a shelf. So I do think that sitting back and maybe taking, and it could be a part about revising the plan and making it a little bit simpler and not so grandiose. All right, maybe finding that simpler is better. Simpler is better this week. All right, what do we got from your Celtic Cross? I love that. I think that you're going to get what you give. I think you're going to get what you get this week. The more positive, the more giving, the more upbeat you are. Six of Pentacles. All right. I think you're going to actually feel like that maybe too, as well, that some of what you've put out there is actually coming back to you and paying off. Okay. Hey, Brandy, good to see you. I'm using this Denise Lynn deck you sent me. Thank you. Another great deck. Appreciate the gifts. All right, so really kind of moving off in a new direction. You've got the Fool. We're coming out strong with these signs with lots of major arcana coming out, but the Fool is there and it's crossed by the Two of Wands. Some of you may feel a little stuck. Two of Wands on the Fool. That's crossing the Fool. Ready to make a leap into the future. You could be really tired. You're starting something new. There could be something new you're starting. And I feel like that you're kind of getting your excitement back. These two cards wanted to come out together for the environment, Six of Swords and the Knight of Wands. I think you're probably letting go. I definitely feel very much that you're letting go of some things that have held you back in the past. Finding that enlightenment. All right, finding that enlightenment. These cards are really great, though. We like it. We got the Six of Wands coming up, what's coming towards you. So there is some kind of a big win. I feel like it's more than an enlightenment. With that Six of Wands, we got a couple of sixes here because the bottom of the deck is the Six of Pentacles. I feel like you're maybe kind of receiving something back, or you're feeling like what you're putting out there is gaining momentum, or you're actually, getting something back from all the energy you've put into. So maybe there could be some recognition at work. Definitely somebody could, that maybe you've helped or that you've really been there for is really in paying that. There could be some paying, a little bit of payback. I feel like there could be some payback, more on an emotional level, but don't be surprised if you feel it on a financial level. Okay, don't be surprised. That's kind of what's underneath the surface there. But the Six of Wands is, I think you finally feel like you're heading in the right direction. Again, there could be with simplifying your life and revealing radiance, that you are really feel like you're being seen. You finally feel like you're being seen. We got the Hierophant in the recent past, and I do want to clarify that. And definitely maybe you've taken a pretty conservative approach, and things just really you haven't gotten to where you wanted to go. You haven't reached that level of stability, whether it's life, love, money, health. You haven't really, maybe you just don't feel like you're getting any, what you're doing isn't making a difference. Okay, for some of you, and that could be at work, that could be with family, whatever the case may be. Really not feeling like I definitely feel like you don't feel like you're getting the recognition, that you haven't even felt like that what you're doing gives any value. Not seeing any results. Yeah, coming into the week, and the foundation is the Four of Cups. Not really getting the results that you had hoped for in your particular situation. But I definitely think that's going to change. We got the King of Swords. And yeah, I definitely think things are finally moving forward. Knight of Cups and the Three of Wands is clarifying the King of Swords as your outcome. This definitely I think you're really somebody's going to really, maybe you were just looking for a compliment, Sagittarius, and I think that's kind of coming in. Could be some definite recognition career-wise or something in family, but I feel like that there could be a little bit of payback. Maybe you felt a little bit worn out. Maybe even somebody's going to tell you that you matter, Sagittarius, that you matter. Somebody's going to tell you matter. I just heard that. The King of Swords clarified by the Three of Wands and the Knight of Cups. There's something tangible definitely coming in for you this week, and it's giving you the hope and the motivation you needed to move forward. Six of Pentacles is still there, but the Four of Swords comes above it. So Four of Swords on the Six of Pentacles. Finally, you're getting some results. Finally, you're getting some results. This could be financially in a relationship. Maybe you just really didn't think, hey, this isn't moving forward. This isn't worth my time. And just at the end, you're kind of like, wait, this is kind of moving forward for me. It could be in the way of a compliment. It could be monetary. It just depends on what you're working to manifest, Sagittarius. All right. Let's see what we have for Capricorn. Again, thank you all for being here. I love doing these messages. All right, Capricorn, taking action. I enthusiastically embrace life's boundless possibilities. I enthusiastically embrace life's possibilities, taking action. So there is going to be an opportunity. Wow, giving birth, a new beginning is on the bottom of the deck. So definitely a new beginning, Capricorn. Something's taking a turn for the better, potentially. Something's taking a turn for the better. Like that. Taking on, it's almost like you could be starting something new, but I feel like it's almost like a new cycle for you, Capricorn. All right, Ten of Pentacles. Definitely moving into something new. I definitely feel like there's a big gift with that Ten of Pentacles. It's world energy. I think you could see a plan taking action. I've got the Ten of Pentacles, Six of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. So I feel like that there definitely could be taking action on a new plan. Maybe, again, it's a lot of openings coming up this week as well. Five of Pentacles, Five of Swords, and the environment is the devil, but since the devil is Capricorn energy, I definitely feel like this is about something that directly affects you. Five of Pentacles and Five of Swords, probably coming out of, I feel like kind of coming out of lack and a no-win situation, and that yeah, I feel like maybe a situation may be opening up that you thought wasn't going to work out. We can see that with the Ten of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, that potentially something came up and you were like, maybe this isn't going to work out for me. I feel like you're a little bit held back on it. The Hermit coming up towards you. Let's clarify that. I definitely think something could be taking a turn in a situation. Sure. Wheel of Fortune clarifying that hermit. So something that maybe had been on hold. Yeah, it's definitely about options opening up. Seven of Cups in the Foundation. I feel like something that maybe was on hold, Four of Pentacles in the recent past. Maybe you felt like this was blocked. Something was blocked and now it's moving forward. Definitely could be in your career or in a relationship. That something was maybe even on hold. There could be something that was on hold, but I kind of feel like you thought, this is over with. There is nothing moving forward with this now. And all of a sudden something rolls in. What's the outcome is the Ace of Swords and clarified by the Emperor. So I definitely think there's a solid new beginning coming in. This is nice. I like seeing all these new beginnings. We're 3 signs in, but we see a lot of new beginnings. Even with that Death card in the reverse on the bottom, I feel like this is something coming back around. Maybe dealing with a fire sign. But I almost feel like it's something brand new. I don't really feel like it could be a relationship from the past. People are always dealing with people from the past. But I definitely feel like this could be a new opportunity. In an area, maybe you were just really, I feel like somebody's kind of like stuck career-wise and something comes back around, maybe an old career from the past, and there's a new opportunity, another offer. There could be something that you had turned down in the past as well and been very blocked off. This could be for singles, but it feels very financially motivated. Ace of Pentacles and the Five of Wands with the Nine of Wands. I do feel that you're a little bit hesitant to push forward with this. Not sure it's the right direction for you. Definitely could be a relationship, and it could be platonic or romantic, something coming in from the past. There is an opportunity for action, and I think you're going to have to really decide if this is the right direction. But I also feel like, Capricorn, that you're really going to have to use the past to your advantage, not as a deterrent. So don't use the past to be like, nope, this isn't going to work. Or this could be some situation that's a little bit like the past. I think there's doors opening definitely for you this week, but you're a little bit maybe closed off. There's a lot of energy here in these cards that you're closed off. Explore your options. Explore your options. Seven of Cups is in the Foundation. Definitely you could have an opportunity coming in that wasn't what you had hoped for as well. So this is about, I see that from these cards, definitely, especially for Capricorn and Scorpio. So if any of you Capricorns have Scorpio in your chart or you're dealing with one, This could be kind of a breakthrough, Capricorn, but again, you're going to have to open up and see it from all angles. Hey, Stephanie, how you doing? All right. Aquarius. Let's move into Aquarius. And we're looking at November 17th through the 23rd. I will put some timestamps in after the live. All right. What do we have for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising? Let's do 2 more shuffles. All right, we got launching your journey. I'm an intrepid traveler sailing forth into the universe. At launching your journey, there is kind of something, maybe something moving forward. Bottom of the deck is communicating freely. Be very upfront this week, Aquarius, about what you want and what you don't want, is what I just heard. So again, launching a journey and moving in, but make sure also you know all the ins and outs of anything else that you start. If it's a relationship, be very frank about where you're at and what you're looking for, even in a job. Anything, just be very open and very frank about what you want. That's going to help differentiate from things that aren't worth your time and things that are worth your time. Things could move very quickly. 8 of Wands wanted to pop out. I'm going to put that one in there. But 8 of Wands can be some quick, things could move very quickly. I also feel like with that 8 of Wands, things could get away from you very quickly. So the more upfront you are, the more that you will save yourself wasted time, Aquarius. All right. Okay. 5 of Pentacles on the 10 of Swords with the King of Cups. We got the Tower. Some of you could almost be at your last rope. I'll pull these cards up in a minute. You've also got the 7 of Cups and the Foundation, different decks. So I think there's options opening up. There could be a moment to really step in and speak up this week, Aquarius. I feel like that there could be some energy where you're really having to step up and speak up. Could be a little bit difficult. We got the King of Cups. Could be with a family member, a lover. Could be at work. Could be at work, but the King of Cups could be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or there just could be a lot of emotions about it and a lot of reservations about what you're doing. But 5 of Pentacles crossed by the 10 of Swords. I feel like this is a very defining moment. And it's just a real energy, Aquarius, about stepping up, stepping into your truth, speaking your truth. There could be something going on you don't like that's going on. We got the Empress on the bottom of the deck. So this could involve money or family or a relationship. Maybe you're afraid to, as I like to say, upset the apple cart. Maybe kind of, I don't know, concerned about keeping the balance of things, but this is really going to redirect your situation in a better way. The Tower crossed by the 3 of Pentacles. I feel like that for something, you really need things to change. You need a big change. Are you a little bit afraid of stepping up? Yeah, King of Wands is in the bottom. Confidence is a little bit of an issue here is what I'm feeling. What's the 7 of Cups? And the Page of Swords. I feel like there is a little bit of like, even if it's a new opportunity or it's a moment to step up or there's a moment for something, I feel like there's still a little hesitancy to do that. If it's something new, again, you may be like, man, I'm afraid to hope. There could be where you're a little bit afraid to hope or a little bit of afraid to step forward. But whatever's coming, it may not actually seem like it's not an easy thing to do with this, to take that step. It could be to take that step and to believe in a new beginning of whatever's coming up. Or it could be an opportunity where you're like, I really want to speak up, but how's this going to work out for me? I actually think it's really going to start bringing things together for you to take this move. But it's, yeah. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. There could be something if you don't take this opportunity that you might regret it later. Okay, I always think the 9 of Swords is kind of coulda, woulda, shoulda energy. Let's clarify that. but you're going to have to find those balances. This is really about taking a leap and a little bit of a chance that things could be different, Aquarius. Taking a little bit of chance that maybe this could bring it all together. I don't know that everything is necessarily, I don't think this is necessarily going to seem readily apparent that this is the right direction or the right move to make. But with that Eight of Wands that fell out in the beginning, I think you're going to see pretty quick results. Out of the 4 signs I've read for so far this morning, I think you might see the quickest turnaround, Aquarius. So don't be afraid to take a leap. What's in the middle of the deck? Eight of Wands just showed up again. Eight of Wands. So I do think you'll see some very, don't be afraid. There could be a moment where you really have to stand up for yourself. Don't shrink. Don't shrink this week, Aquarius. Don't shrink. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I don't think I haven't ever met a dumb Scorpio. Let's just say that. I saw that comment a little bit and I kind of wanted to finish with Aquarius. But I think that, I know sometimes for any of us, no matter what your sign is, hello, Frenchie. I know that sometimes it is very hard to kind of see that light at the end of the tunnel. But, you know, I think opening up to whatever possibilities are coming in is pretty important this week. We'll see what comes up for the rest of the signs, but I think there's a lot of really big opportunities for change. A lot of real big opportunities for change. We got hello, women, Jacob and Frenchie. Yeah, I was trying to thank you, Tammy, for doing that. I like to engage with all of you. It's a good energy. I'm going to finish up the mid-month readings. I'm about halfway through. I'll work on Gemini and Virgo today and probably get up all the cardinal signs tomorrow. Good to see you. I have not read for Cancer yet. I'm going Scorpio to Libra. I am on Pisces right now. Let's see what we got for Pisces. Ooh, savoring pleasure. I have been getting a lot of good energy for Pisces the last couple of weeks, so I'm really hoping that big win, if it hasn't already come for these Pisces placements, it comes in. Savoring pleasure. I fully embrace bliss in my life. And on the bottom is accepting what is. I accept and embrace my inner majesty. I think that you're really seeing the beauty in something that's coming in. And it may have been something that you really didn't see. Maybe you're finding beauty in your journey and finding beauty in the moment, but I feel like there's probably a big win for Pisces. Been getting a lot of nice Pisces energy, so sending that out. All right, Pisces, what do we have? Oh, the Star. I think there's a big gift coming in. We got the Cross by the Fool. The Star crossed by the Fool. The environment is fertile. Now, with that accepting what is, this may be a little bit different from the vision you had, but we got the Queen of Swords, so that's coming in with the communication. You've been waiting on this. The Hermit, something you've been waiting on. And we got in the past the Five of Pentacles. Maybe you've taken some hits. Maybe been taking some hits, but the foundation is the Ace of Wands. I think it's go time. That's what I just heard, go time. And we got Ten of Pentacles as the outcome. I want to look at the Hermit. Definitely think you've got something, a nice gift coming in. Yeah. I definitely think you've been waiting on this. Almost, you know, we see the Three of Swords and the Hermit. I think you've stayed very committed to the path for the Scorpio energy I'm picking up on, that you've stayed very committed to it. This could even be something that you've kind of been told was going to happen. Okay, so somebody could have told you something. This could be career or whatever. Could be a loan payback. It could be anything that just kind of redirects you, that the energy is shifting. Foundation, that Ace of Wands is clarified by the Sun. Yeah, I think this is some great energy for you. I definitely feel your energy is shifting and you're leaving one cycle behind and moving into the future with the Two of Wands, clarifying the Ten of Pentacles. For those of you that have been waiting on, Four of Wands on the bottom, I love it, finding some stability. That could be even a big thing that you're moving into a new cycle, and the energy of that this week, Pisces, is that finally you're moving forward. You've been waiting. This could be something you knew was going to happen at the end of the month, and you've just kind of been waiting on it. This could simply be something like you were waiting on a trip, or you were waiting on a bonus, or things of that nature. And there could be definitely things coming through and finally you're getting it. Okay. But it could be something a little bit surprising as well. Use this to your advantage. I'm hearing like use this jump start, this new beginning, and make the most of it, Pisces. This is something you've been waiting on, and there was just something in my head, and I was like, don't squander this. Don't squander this. This is the opportunity you've been waiting for. It may look a little different than you imagine, but that so often happens. That's not something unusual to come up in a tarot reading, but I think you can really build with this. And the Emperor is in the middle of the deck, so there could be, use this to your advantage. And this is not you alone, Pisces. We've all been there where an opportunity comes in and we don't fully recognize it as that, or we don't fully use it to the advantage. But this can really propel you to a very new place in your life. So this is, and if you're wondering, is this the opening I've been waiting for and something new comes in this week? I'm going to say probably yes. So ride it for all it's worth, Pisces. Ride it for all it's worth. Yeah, this is a nice deck. You were talking about the tree there. Definitely that tree represents a lot of fertility. I like that. I like that. And I love to show you the cards. When I go live, a lot of times I try to show them, but that's one reason when I do my longer form videos, you're seeing the cards on there, because definitely that's a great example, Barak, that you can pick up on something that I may not touch on. So that's why I like you to see the cards, because you can pick up on something that vibes for you. So this is good. I think you're really pushing forward, Pisces, with something. Maybe been a little bit stalled, but I feel like it's more that you've just kind of been patiently waiting. Patiently waiting. Tree of Life. Love it. Yeah. I am from Texas, Barwick. Thank you, Tammy. We don't need any nonsense. We're all here to see how this week's going, right, y'all? All right, so we're going to move on to Aries. Aries. And I love, if y'all see an image, just like Barwick did, I love when y'all pop something in. All right, Aries. What do we have for my Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising. Oh, nice. I love Australians. Let me stop for a minute before I get into Aries and talk about how much I love Australians. I've actually spoken through the channel some years ago to some Australians, and I said, I'd heard from some people that Texans and Australians had a lot in common, and they said, yeah, we've heard that too. So I love some Australians. I pretty much like everybody. Hey, why not? I don't have any kind of, but I do have a special place in my heart for Australians for sure. All right, we got Aries, healing from the past. All right, so a healing opportunity coming in. Maybe an opportunity for forgiveness. This could even just be about forgiving yourself. A step into the future with strength and clarity, not letting the past hold you back anymore, Aries. It's on the bottom. And reviewing your life. Yeah, I definitely think there could be something. There could be an apology coming in. So you could have somebody coming wanting your forgiveness. There could be that. Somebody could be coming in, Aries. Oof, make sure I didn't drop any. And I did. I feel like there could be somebody coming in this week wanting your forgiveness or that. It doesn't mean that you have to reconcile with them. That never means that, especially when I read. Doesn't mean that. This deck's all over the place, y'all. I feel like that it doesn't have to be about reconciliation, Aries, but I do feel that there's something important about forgiveness this week. But for some of you, it could definitely be forgiving yourself, not going over and over the past mistakes or the missteps, or even if something new comes in, and not sitting there and bringing the past along with you, and past mistakes, not like somebody's kind of like, well, if I'd done this, if I'd done that. I don't think there's any room this week, Aries, for that. And you could just be really letting something go that's been holding you back as well. So we got the Knight of Swords crossed by the Ten of Swords, and we got the Nine of Pentacles. This kind of energy says to me, freeing yourself from the past. Freeing yourself from the past coming in. Nine of Pentacles is the environment, and I definitely think this is about that card always, because, you know, I always say she's the mistress of her domain. She's large, she's in charge. So you're in control of how you handle things this week. Okay. Eight of Wands is what's coming towards you. So something could come out of nowhere. And again, I feel like somebody could be coming to you asking for forgiveness. A lot of times when people come in wanting forgiveness, they want reconciliation, but I don't feel like you have to reconcile, Aries. I just feel like this is a big moment of something that needs to be let go of. And maybe this is something that's kind of been under your skin about something that's held back. So if it is forgiveness, it's forgiveness in a situation that needed to be tied up. It needed to be tied up. We have the Queen of Swords in the past, the Death card in the Foundation. So definitely this tells me you're moving into a new cycle. And you've got the Empress in the outcome. And we've got the Queen of Cups on the bottom. Definitely could be dealing with I feel like the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords is more about a communication. There could be something you're not wanting to deal with. We got the Six of Swords, clarifying that Knight of Swords, Ten of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles. This is something that maybe has been weighing on you, or that you know isn't going to... I also feel like that Six of Swords says that if something's happening, you're letting go of something. You could be forgiving yourself. We got the Eight of Wands with the Five of Wands. I almost feel like with the Eight of Wands on a Five of Wands, this is quickly shifting the balance of things. Five of Wands can be things not working out, can be a little bit of conflict. Things could be happening very quickly. Things could come very quickly and kind of out of nowhere. Maybe one more card on that. And we got the Eight of Swords. Could be kind of understanding, like, I don't understand. I think by the end of the week, you'll understand, or maybe even by the end of the month, whatever your timing is. You're not really sure how this plays in on your current journey. But Nine of Wands on the Death card, there is going to be probably something. Aries, I feel like there's something coming in that is, you're not sure, like, why is this coming in right now? I'm working on this. I'm working in this area of my life. And then here comes this situation kind of bringing up from the past, because I feel like it's about, like, everything must go. Everything must go for you to pull up and put some resolution. And maybe you need this apology, or maybe you need to forgive yourself, or you need this to happen to fully release yourself. There is a lot of nine. I got a couple of nines here. We got some 10 energy. So I think you're on the kind of a cusp of a new beginning. And whether you realize this week how this all plays in for you, I definitely think that it will soon come in and you're going to be like, maybe it just releases something within you that needed to be opened up. Because we got the Empress with the King of Cups and the Seven of Swords. I feel like there's almost a realization that you didn't know how twisted up you were about this, or you didn't know how much this was holding you back. This could definitely be about a habit or some kind of rearranging as well that's going on. Because again, we're rearranging, we're realigning this week. So there's a major realignment coming in for you, Aries. I think it's via a particular communication, though, because I've got a lot of King and Queen of Swords. There's a lot going on here, but it is something, it's a wound that needs to be healed. And it's giving you like some sort of confidence or hope for the future. Some sort of confidence or hope for the future. All right. That's what I got. Sometimes things don't make sense. I kind of feel like at first this isn't going to really make sense. Why all this is happening. So there could be something that really kind of comes up and you're like, this could, as far as forgiving yourself, there could be something that comes up, Aries, and you're like, why am I thinking about this? Why am I thinking about this week? Because it's a wound that needs to be healed, Aries. All right. Okay. Are you a Scorpio? Okay. No Aries in your chart, Barwick? All right, Taurus. For my Taurus. All right, communicating freely. All right. All right, being very open, being very honest, being very upfront. I almost feel like you're kind of really, I communicate from the depths of my being. So there is going to be something, somebody could be communicating with you, or you could be communicating something. We got looking deeper. So I do feel like there's probably something important you have to share. Or Taurus, there could be something very important that somebody has to share with you. Hey, Charles. So there could be a very important communication. I feel like a lot of you, it's something very important you have to say or you have to share. Could be that you're finally just letting the truth out about how you feel about a situation, maybe given that opportunity. Let's see what we got, Taurus. Lay down here. Nice energy. Somebody could be opening up about how they feel with you. We do have a couple of aces. Ace of Swords is on the bottom of the deck, but the Ace of Cups was the first card out. So some of you could be getting a new love offer, and somebody could be telling you really kind of something could be leveling up. It doesn't have to just be in love. It could be something good. We got the Ten of Cups, but we have the Queen of Swords in the reverse. So there could definitely be kind of a deeper truth that's coming on, maybe even a realization, Taurus, about which direction you're going. With that Queen of Swords in the reverse is your environment. This could be really unexpected, I feel like. Maybe something you didn't expect. This could be like a communication and you're like, wow, I didn't see that coming. Maybe not even realizing how big of an impact. So there could be something going on and you're like, man, I didn't realize how much this was going to change everything for me. And it could be, I really feel like it's about you speaking up. I feel like this could be about you speaking up, and maybe you're a little bit nervous about it because the High Priestess is in the past, so you probably haven't spoken up about this for a reason. Okay, and the High Priestess in the past, maybe it wasn't the right time for something to come through. So there could be a new love opportunity for some of you, and maybe you've done some healing, and it's just the right time, right place. Judgment's in the foundation. I like that. I like the Judgment. And you've got the Empress and what's coming towards you. So I don't really feel like you're kind of expecting this. And we got the Six of Swords. I'm going to actually clarify the Six of Swords. I'm not clarifying a lot of this spread, but I am going to clarify the Six of Swords because that's definitely about moving on. There is something, Taurus, this week about right time, right place. And this one fell out. But I felt another card down there. All righty. All right. So we got the Magician on the Six of Swords moving towards something. Something's kind of, definitely there's some energy this week of coming out of a rut. And I do feel like that this is definitely another ace. 3 aces. All right. Definitely a new beginning. Could be a change in your situation. And maybe you weren't really expecting this situation to change because I've seen 3 aces come up in this read. And we've got the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. So I really think things could be, I think things can be changing very quickly and unexpectedly for you this week. We got the Five of Swords on the bottom, and I want to see underneath that, we got the King of Pentacles. So some of you really could be coming out of conflict. Could be in a work situation with the Queen and King of Pentacles coming up. Could be in a family situation, and definitely could be in any kind of relationship. I definitely feel like that you didn't think anything, even if it is this communication, like say it happens early in the week and you're not really like, I don't know, this isn't going to do anything. But I think it's going to open up things in a really big way if you've had conflict in any kind of relationship or in, especially in a work situation. I think you're going to be asked maybe to communicate or to speak up about something, and you're a little bit nervous. In fact, you've kind of been holding on to this, especially in a coworker situation or family, or there's something you've been holding back. And once you speak your truth, and you may, the situation is going to turn around. So I feel like you may think, oh, and almost like you're forced to speak up, or you feel like you're forced to speak up, Taurus, but it's going to turn things away in a really, really amazing way. Nice energy. We got the Magician. So maybe moving out of a situation that was full of conflict and coming into balance in that situation as well. Okay. That's what I got for you. Hey, Brandon. Oh, thank you. Hope you all have a wonderful week. Put this on Gemini. All right. Gemini. Oh. Hearing messages from Spirit. I am a clear channel for messages from Spirit. Really following your intuition. Really feeling, I think you're really listening to your intuition. I think you're really opening up and listening. I surrender joyously to the ebbing and flowing of life. Gemini, I think you're really opening up and following your intuition. I think you're really opening up and following your intuition. Hey, Selena. Letting go. Hearing messages from Spirit and letting go. I think you're starting to follow your intuition this week. No holds barred. I like the fish in this letting go card. I think that you can't go wrong. I think that you cannot go wrong following your intuition. Hey. Baxterism. Loving the love from Australia. Like I said a little bit earlier, I love Australians. All right, Gemini, what else do we have for you? It's interesting. I'm using the Crystal Visions deck, one of my favorite decks, and it has an extra card. It's got 79 cards in it, so it does have an extra card, and it's the unknown card. And I always leave it in. Sometimes I like to just work with the 78 when I'm reading tarot with some decks, but in this deck, I've always left it in. So I feel like that you are stepping into the unknown. We got the Hierophant crossed by the unknown card, and the environment is you, Gemini, with the Lovers in the environment. So I feel like you're really kind of taking a leap, and you're kind of stepping in to, there could be an opportunity come in. You could just feel led again by your intuition, but I think you are kind of taking a little bit of a leap, and you're feeling good about it. The Page of Pentacles, we've got crossed by the Seven of Swords. For some of you, you could just be following your intuition and saying no to something. Let's get one card on that Seven of Swords. With the Six of Pentacles, I think if you feel on the fence about anything, the answer is no. Okay? I'm going to tell you that right now, Gemini. If you feel on the fence about anything, and that's what that Six of Pentacles says to me on that Seven of Swords. If you feel on the fence of anything, then it's either best if you're able to delay a little bit until you get more information. If you're not, then it's a no if you feel on the fence about it. Definitely really trusting your intuition to guide you this week, Gemini. King of Wands crossed by the Sun in the recent past, so I do feel that I wouldn't question your judgment this week. I think that whatever you're feeling, whatever those gut feelings, again, intuition, gut feelings, how you're feeling about that, be very confident in yourself and being very confident about what you deserve. All right, the Chariot is in the foundation. Your instincts are not wrong. Your instincts are not wrong. May be able to delay until you get more information, and that would work out well for you this week, Gemini. Page of Swords is the outcome clarified by the Two of Cups. Now, I don't know if you've got something coming in and you're like, you know what? I need to hold back. There's a lot of really strong energy. King of Swords on the bottom of the deck. And there could be a new opportunity. That Page of Pentacles speaks that to me. That Page of Pentacles speaks that there's an opportunity coming in. You're not sure. The Seven of Swords clarified by the Six of Pentacles says, I'm not sure. I need more information. And the Page of Swords goes out there and gets that information. I think you're going to definitely have to look a little bit, dig a little bit deeper beneath it. I do think that you are feeling maybe a newfound confidence. So there could be a little bit where you're kind of like, you know, I'm not sure how this is going to work out. You know, maybe you're a little bit waffling on how you feel because the environment is Gemini energy. And this could be a big step about moving forward in your life. This could be something that's like, and it seems like I think it seems like a good opportunity. I feel like that it seems like a good opportunity in a good direction. There could be a little bit about where you're questioning yourself. Just trust your instinct, trust your inner guidance. You do need more information. If you're able to delay it, and this kind of indicates to me that you could buy yourself a little bit more time, like, hey, you know, can you give me a few days to think about this? It will work in your favor. If you're not able to delay it, I feel very strongly this is a no. And when I see these two cards, the top, what I pulled for you, healing message from spirit, your intuition, and then letting go. Some of you may have to let something go, and you may be a little bit conflicted, like, ooh, did I just let a really great opportunity go? Not going to be able to sabotage anything that's meant for you, Gemini. Trust your gut. I think you got to trust your gut. Could be a communication. Definitely could be surrounding a little bit of gossip. Somebody could tell you something. Check your information no matter what anybody says to you. All right. Trust yourself. You have, I don't know, you're just feeling a little bit of maybe not really wanting to let something go, afraid that you're going to miss out on something. There is kind of that little energy that you're not wanting to miss out on something, but you're not going to miss out on anything that's meant for you. You're just not. All right, here we are. That was Gemini. We're on Cancer. Yeah, Cancer. I think that I am going to use, I saw you, Tammy, earlier. I'm going to use the Kitty Cat deck for your mid-month reading, and I'll have that up later today for the Virgo. I'll have Gemini and Virgo's mid-month read up a little bit later today. And since I heard you, that's the deck I'll use. All right, let's move on to Cancer. Cancer. All right, what do we have for Cancer placements? Cultivating prosperity. The abundance of the universe is pouring into my life. Ooh, I like it. What's on the bottom? Communicating freely. We've seen that one. So be very open and honest about what you need. Not just with other people, but with yourself. I feel like Cancer, it's really important this week not to accept less than you deserve. And I really think it's just kind of an ask and you will receive energy. I feel like this is a real ask and you will receive energy, Cancer, with that cultivating prosperity. Communicating freely is never going to do you wrong. If something goes because you communicated authentically and freely, it wasn't meant for you. Okay, what's meant for you. So if you lose something because you were communicating your truth, Cancer, this week, let it go, because this was going to turn into a dumpster. And this definitely is about stepping into your power as well. You know, there's a lot of great energy for the water signs with these water trines, and I talked a little bit about that in the beginning with the astrology of the week, and we've still got another big one. The one at the end, this one at the end of the month that comes in is like kind of when these, I feel like this is definitely this week with this water trine is about taking action and stepping into our power, and then quickly a gift comes in. What else do we have for Cancer? All right. Eight of Swords crossed by the Page of Cups. Ooh, okay. All right. Yeah, you could be afraid about messing something up. We've got the Page of Wands with the Two of Cups, Six of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles. So there is an opportunity, and you're like, is this the opening? Is this the opening? Is this what I've been waiting for? Is it? But you're still a little bit on the fence. Still a little bit on the fence. Eight of Swords crossed by the Page of Cups. Really not wanting, the devil is the environment. You're not wanting to get back into a situation that is wrong for you. So there is a little bit of energy where make sure that you're making decisions from a grounded place, Cancer. Look at all the ins and outs, looks at all the information. This seems like a good opportunity, I feel like. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, okay, coming up above you. Wondering if this is your moment to take action. There's Two of Pentacles on that Wheel of Fortune. So you are... I still feel like this comes up. Seven of Swords with the Moon and the Empress. Oh, that's a lot of Cancer energy. I read the Empress as Taurus Cancer energy for me as a reader, and the Moon is most definitely Cancer energy. You have really got to trust your intuition. Okay. I almost feel like if this isn't a hell yes, it's a hell no. I don't know where that was coming from. Two of Wands on the World. I almost feel like that you've definitely got a vision of what you see coming, of what you've been, because that's in the recent past. So I definitely think that, but you're looking for a new opening. You're looking for something to change. I don't know if this is the one this week, but I think there is an opportunity coming in. Be careful about what opportunities. Again, Cancer, I feel like if it's not a hell no, if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. Four of Cups on the Ace of Pentacles. If something is kind of redirected for you, you know, we got the Lovers and the Fool and the Queen of Swords. Take very, yeah. Definitely you need to stick with whatever I think you've got to stick with this vision. I mean, I don't think you want to compromise your vision this week. This is not a week, no matter how much you want to move forward, no matter how much you want to move forward in something, if it doesn't feel right, and something is niggling you, then again, this is about overcoming things that have blocked you in the past with the devil with the Capricorn energy. And I feel like that you could possibly get yourself into a situation. It doesn't have to be the same person, but it could be a similar situation to what you've been in the past. And that's probably what's niggling at you, because I think your intuition is not going to steer you wrong. Cancers are highly intuitive, highly intuitive. Probably for me and my money, and I'm Cancer South Node, so I don't really have a lot of water in my chart, much less very much. That's the only Cancer aspect I have in my natal chart. But I'd say for my money, Cancers are the most intuitive zodiac sign. Your intuition isn't going to steer you wrong. I feel like there could be something disappointing. I definitely feel like Cancers, you're looking for a nice, good opening, something nice easily. And I think there's an opening coming in for you sometime within, I would say, the next 3 or 4 weeks. I'm not sure this is the right opportunity. So I would say it's very much about choosing carefully this week. I think it's very much about choosing carefully this week, Cancer. See if that vibes for you. Oh, yeah. I love some Cancer energy. Yeah, Cancers are very loyal. Yeah. Again, for my money, Cancers are, yes, they are, Tammy, water signs in general and good significant water placements. But some people, I have a little astrology group on Facebook that I watch, and they're always like, what hill will you die on? Well, the hill I'll die on is that I think Cancers are probably the most intuitive sign in the zodiac. That's the hill I'll die on. All right. So we are, all right. Thanks for that confirmation, women. All right. Let's move on to Leo. Leo. I definitely think there is something coming for Cancer, maybe not this week. Could be the big lesson this week is that you're really tuning in and trusting your intuition, and anything that isn't meant for you, that doesn't, you don't grieve anything that's not meant for you too long this week. Stay focused on the future. Leos are difficult. My mother's a Leo. Of course, many of you know I'm a Sagittarius with a lot of Sagittarius in my chart. So that would definitely conflict with Leo energy. You got believing in magic, Leo, believing in the possibilities, believing in your good luck, believing in magic. True magic is abounding in my life. So I definitely think there's some big gifts coming in, Leo. And we got looking deeper. Deep within me is a majestic radiance. And underneath that is exceeding expectations. So something could work out just a lot better than you imagined it would. All right, Leo, what do we got? The Hierophant crossed by the Magician, Three of Pentacles, something's coming together. But I think it's because with the Five of Swords coming towards you, I think it's because you're releasing something that isn't meant for you this week. And you're really focusing on what's best for you. A lot of clarity. I almost see that there's like a path forward being illuminated for you this week. I feel like the path forward, or you're just coming into so much clarity. But and I feel like really following through on that. We got the Hierophant with the Magician, and the environment is the Three of Pentacles, which really does make me think, not necessarily, maybe you are making a plan forward, but again, you're working with what you've got. And I feel like that there is something that you started in the past that's really coming together. And the past card's the Nine of Cups. We can't beat that. That's the wish card. So Leo, I think you got a big wish fulfillment coming in this week. Big wish fulfillment. But I do think, I'm going to clarify this Five of Swords, you're getting out of something that's been holding you back. Now, this could be on a mental or emotional level, lack of confidence, just getting in your own way. We're humans. We can always get in our own way. Hey, Belle, right on time. The Page of Swords is kind of sitting back and looking at what's not working. I do think things are coming together, but not everything's going along with you. So, and I almost feel like it's more on a mental or emotional level, like there's blocks being removed. And I almost feel like there's a block in your vision or the way you're looking at something, and you could be looking at something very differently, but the Ace of Wands is in the foundation. So I definitely think this is a new opportunity coming in, and it's putting you right in the direction of where you're going. And with the Hangman, I feel like that this is about looking at things differently. I think you're seeing things differently. You're seeing your life differently. You're seeing a particular situation. I really do feel like there is something you're letting go of this week that's been holding you back. I think there is something coming in and you're letting go and you're kind of looking at things differently. You may not be letting other people get in your way and really focusing on yourself. Not in a selfish way, but I think you're letting go of something that is just, it hasn't been working for you. More of that Nine of Cups on the bottom is the star, and we got that Nine of Cups in the recent past. So you could have started focusing on something. To have your dream, something's got to go, okay? The Four of Cups is underneath the star. And it can be kind of difficult to let some things go, and it could be definitely a particular person. Maybe you've been worrying about other people, Leo, and it's time to worry about yourself and focus on yourself. And again, if you're starting something new, it is going to take a new version of you. And so you're going to have to really put that energy into yourself, so you don't have to put that energy into your family or your friends or your kids, or maybe something you're pulling back from work to focus on something that's very meaningful for you. Maybe you've been working 2 jobs and now you can only work 1, or you're not working the overtime, or you're pulling back to part-time so that you can really focus on what's going. But something is definitely going. The Hangman, the Two of Wands, and the Eight of Cups. A lack of confidence. I do feel that too, Leo, like really believing in yourself. But there is an opportunity to really step up and take charge of your life this week. And I think that, I think it's beautiful. I do think that you are getting rid of what doesn't work for you. Because when I see the star on the bottom and the Nine of Cups in the past, this is too good to turn down, or too good. You don't want to mess this up. Could be love. Yeah, it could be love. It could be something just in your life. It's like a big opportunity to do something else. I don't know. I don't know what you got going on, Leo, because it's a general message. Hey, everybody. Hey, Mayra. Hello, everyone. But it's something new, and you're really fired up about it. I love the Ace of Wands, because this is like things are shifting. Maybe things are being taken away as well, Leo. There could be something where there is energy that's kind of being taken away. Don't mourn it. Let it go. Anything that goes this week, let it go. It's for your own good. It was just getting in your way. Could be making room for something else to come in. But the big thing is that I feel like you're moving into your power. I do feel that maybe you've been kind of caretaking, or you've been kind of like maybe stepping aside for other people. So I think that it's like there could be something you're letting go of so that you can have what you really want. And you realize, hey, I can't take this with me and still achieve my hopes and dreams. Nine of Cups, the wish card. So you got a lot riding on this. Traditionally, the Nine of Cups is the wish card in the tarot. And so there could be something where you just have a big realization, hey, I'm not going to be able to move forward. I'm not going to be able to make this work unless I let this, and this go, or I pull back. Thanks, Barwick. All right, now we're up to Virgo. Virgo. Good deal, Ricky. Glad you do. It's always great to be in that place. I got you, Tammy. I'm glad you're here. It's been a joy. This has been a joyful live. I've enjoyed the exchange. All right, Virgo. We just got Virgo and Libra. We almost done. All right, what do we got for Virgo this week? 17th through 23rd. I'll get off here after the live, put some timestamps in. I'll probably do a couple of lives this week with the new moon in Scorpio. And so Wednesday, I'll do some sort of All Suns live. I don't know when. what time yet. And then the 22nd, I'll do a live with Sagittarius season all sign messages. So y'all look up. All right, Virgo, let's get in. No further delays. Let's get Tammy in bed. All right, you got believing in magic. All right, I like that. And I was shuffling. Believing in magic. True magic is abounding in my life. And you got that look deeper. There could be something. I feel like there's something unexpected coming up for you. Expecting miracles. Miracles are blossoming in my life. So I feel like something very unexpected is rolling in for you this week, Virgo. Something very unexpected is rolling in, and it's a blessing. Those cards are all great. Let's see what the tarot has for you. All right, I think it's starting to bring things into, wow, Tower, okay. And you're looking for a win. You are looking for a win. Magician in the recent past. You are looking for a win. Strength card, Four of Cups, Four of Pentacles. Things are really breaking through and starting to come together. Strength card, Four of Cups, Four of Pentacles, but then the Fool and the Three of Pentacles. So where things may have not felt like they were coming together, I think they're starting to come together this week. You can kind of, maybe like what I was talking about astrologically, Virgo, about the pieces of the puzzle starting to fit. So Five of Pentacles with the Six of Pentacles, not feeling like you're really getting anything back from the energy you've been putting in. But the Ten of Swords is the environment. It's like, man, am I just spinning my wheels here? Am I just spinning my wheels here? Kind of coming into the week, but you've got a Tower coming this week. And on this channel, we love the Tower because the Tower is what breaks us through and leads us. It brings that chaos and it kind of brings that tower crumbling down so that we can rebuild something better. So while it's uncomfortable, it's not a bad thing. Okay. And this could be in love, life, money, emotionally. Tower with the Two of Pentacles. Okay. Things are going to get I think things are going to get a little wacky, a little bit back and forth. You may get very busy and see a lot of movement as well, but that, because you know, balancing, keeping things going, maybe making some understanding, but then we've got that Chariot. So whatever's coming in, I definitely see you making the most of it. Things may feel a little chaotic, but I see you bringing things together. Queen of Cups is clarified by the Two of Wands. I mean, emotionally, you actually feel like, even if it's in a small way, Two of Wands can be a little bit about, you can see the future coming together is what these two cards make me think for you. And that's in the foundation. Whatever comes on this week and whatever comes in, whatever comes towards you this week and happens, how can you make the most of this energy? Whether it seems a little bit daunting or it doesn't seem like that you really went in the direction, excuse me, Virgo, or whether it doesn't seem like the right direction or the direction that you had hoped for, it is leading you to where you want to be, okay? Outcome, Two of Cups on the Ace of Wands. So you do have three twos in here. Two of Wands, Two of Pentacles, and Two of Cups. Two of Cups is union, and it is leading you in the direction. Now, we did get a Seven of Swords out here, and we've got the World. I feel like this is about making the most of it. Don't get mired down and watch out for getting lost in what is going on around you. You're looking for the deeper meaning. Okay. So something could be falling apart. Something could be coming around. Something could be, there could be something that just doesn't seem like it's positive. I'm going to get you. Something could come around, but it is leading you to where you're wanting to go because we had the Magician. So you definitely are looking for something. You're working on manifesting something. You're taking charge of your life. Don't stop now. Don't let this week get you down because when you're looking deeper, expect miracles. So whatever's happening is happening for you this week. So with the Seven of Swords and the World card, don't get lost. Don't get lost in the chaos around you. Okay, what are you going to build from this chaos? All right, what are you going to build from this chaos? This could be something being taken away from you, Virgo. This could be something that is, I feel like that there is a big manifestation opportunity, but there could be a lot of chaos going around. But I still see you overcoming this. I still see you pulling through. I always say we all need a good Virgo in our lives to have things make sense. And you're going to have to, and it may be a little bit of a struggle to make sense of what's going on. This is about how do you use this energy to your advantage, not get lost in the energy this week, not get distracted. What can you build from this? What can you build from this, Virgo? Kind of feel that energy. Hopefully something comes in and makes sense. I saw Tammy's here. All right. Maybe not, though, with those cards, because, you know, that would seem like, hey, I'm expecting a tower, but this all, whatever happened, could be working to your advantage. We'll see. We'll see. Keep us posted. All right, we're going to wrap up these weekly messages with Libra. Libra. Hope you guys have a great week. Thanks for joining me. It's super early where I'm at. Central Time in the U.S. Even earlier for Tammy, but I wanted to get these off to a good start. I just appreciate y'all being here. And I am sending abundant blessings to each and every one of you. All right, but let's go on with Libra. Oof, manifesting dreams, dream fulfillment. My dreams are coming true. Well, that is straight and to the point. I step into the future with an open heart, embracing the future. Wide open, Libra. You are wide open. I love it. Let's see what else we have for Libra. You're so welcome, Tammy. Get some rest. Get some rest, my love. Maybe 2 more shuffles, Libra. And 1 more. There we go. All right. The Lovers by the 3 of Cups, the Page of Cups. There's a very good opportunity. There is a very good opportunity. You're definitely leaving the past behind. You're taking charge of your life. You are very determined to have the results you want out of the situation, whether it's love, life, money, whatever's going on. You're very determined. 7 of Wands with the Page of Pentacles, man, and you are all steam ahead on this opportunity. You are all steam ahead. You're moving forward and not even looking back. And that's the 7 of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. Some of you could be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but you are definitely feeling extremely confident, and it could be a new opportunity coming in. So we got the Lovers crossed by the 3 of Cups and the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is in the environment. So whatever this communication is, this could be a raise, a promotion. This could be a love offer, could be new, could be existing. So you could see something really moving forward for you. This could be money coming in. I don't know what you got. You got a big gift, and it's really giving you, I feel like, a lot of hope for the future, and it's really setting your set up for success. And it's bringing a lot of balance. And even though this is in the foundation with the Justice card, and that's Libra energy, I feel like it's bringing a lot of balance, and it's making a lot of things make sense. Okay. Definitely leaving the past behind. I feel like that this 8 of Cups in the past was definitely about you leaving something behind, and you're being rewarded for what you left behind. So any of the signs that saw that this was about leaving something behind that's not working for you, then leave it behind, because I feel like Libra has left something behind and they're really moving forward, and it looks like they're reaping some benefits. King of Cups on the 6 of Swords. Things are moving forward, and maybe you are leaving it behind this week. It's a general message, but I feel like with that 8 of Cups in the past, you've already kind of left that behind. Wasn't easy. Maybe you've been questioning yourself. Did I do the right thing? This could have been about leaving a job, or this could be definitely if you were wanting to leave a job and you were hanging on and waiting for something new. This could be a job opportunity coming in. But I feel like there could be where you were almost like, am I doing the right thing? I'm not sure. But you still knew, hey, this wasn't working. Oh, this is lovely. It could be something you've gone through that maybe you didn't do it last week. Maybe you did it last month or back in September. But we've got the King of Swords with the Fool and the Knight of Pentacles as your outcome. I think you see your future coming together this week. If there's been a struggle with anything, I see time money was, yeah. I see if you see a struggle with anything or you've been waiting on something, maybe you're like, man, did I do the right thing in the past? You're getting proof that you did do the right thing. We always want immediate gratification. It's a very human way to think and feel, and but I feel like that everything's really taken charge. I almost feel like there was a decision that you made in the past, Libra, and you were like, and then maybe there was a little bit of time and things weren't really coming together. And it may have even seemed like things were really falling apart. This is a true celebration, and you're really moving into a new cycle this week. I feel like this is a very, very, very true. I feel like this is a big cycle change this week. And I think of the Three of Cups very much as a reason to celebrate. And I definitely love the energy and the imagery on this card for you, Libra, because I think you are going to be celebrating. King of Cups, Six of Swords, Five of Cups. Yeah, I almost feel like that when this comes in, you were like, man, I was really questioning myself about if I was doing the right thing. Like, how could I have done things differently? Maybe I really made a mistake with that Five of Cups energy. Could be into a point when this opening comes in. So there's a lot of unexpected energy, and you've been waiting. You felt very strongly in the past, Eight of Cups and the Ten of Swords, but Eight of Cups can definitely be an ending with a heavy heart. It could have been something that was very, very difficult to, very, very difficult to do. And maybe you were a little bit unsure as well with the Ten of Swords clarifying that Eight of Cups. And you kind of I feel like you followed your intuition and you went along with it and kind of took a chance. And there is a moment, maybe you've been questioning yourself. Why is it taking so long? But that opening is coming this week, Libra. I love it. What's on the bottom? Page of Wands. So we got King of Swords, the Fool, the Knight of Pentacles, Page of Wands. There's that Seven of Wands coming back up. Two of Swords with the Moon. So this could definitely come with this decision. And a lot of times the Two of Swords is definitely a decision. This could come around that new moon, around the 19th, 20th, maybe sometime around midweek. With the Knight of Pentacles on the Fool, if it is something new, I mean, you're starting to take steps toward it. So like if it's a job, you probably won't start this week. Maybe you'll start next week. Or if there's money, like you're hearing, oh, finally that money from that settlement is coming in. Or finally this, whatever's going on. If something's coming in, maybe it is coming in. Definitely, I feel like before the end of November. But this looks good, Libra. What's in the middle of the deck for you? Yeah. Waiting on. Yeah, I love the Three of Wands. I definitely feel like maybe whatever it is, it's not exactly, I mean, you're starting in a small way with the Knight of Pentacles, but it's not the whole enchilada this week. But Queen of Wands with the Three of Swords and the Empress, you can taste what's going on. I feel like you're still a little impatient because you've probably been waiting for this for a while to happen and you're ready for the big finale. But there is something about with this embracing the future, going with the flow, and really embracing the path that you're being put on. Yeah. All right. Interesting energy. And again, I think the messages were good. I think there was a lot of good information that came in. I wish you all well. Yeah, definitely, Tammy. Please hit the like button if you like these messages. And again, I'll do another live one day this week. I'm not sure about the timing yet, but as far as time of day, but I will do a live for the new moon in Scorpio because I think it's very, very significant. And then we'll do some all signs for the Sagittarius season. and we'll finish up the mid-month readings for all the signs. I'm about halfway through, and we'll make some progress there. So I am. It just hasn't, things haven't been falling into place. I had a really bad headache, so I'm not going to read with a headache because that's just that's a stop sign right there. You're not going to put through good messages. And but I'm trying, Tammy. I'm like everyone else, I'm just trying to keep on keeping on. But anyway, y'all have a great week, and I will see you soon.